welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. I wanted to do this video because I noticed that the Jibun Techo was having a bit of a moment, and this is actually the planner that I had chosen to use this year, so I thought I would jump on and film a little flip through of the Jibun Techo life book and kind of what it is and how I'm using it. So yeah, let's jump right into it. This is the full life book, like the starter kit. It comes with 3 different books, so I'll go through that. This kit also comes with a little pencil board and elastic that slides right in the back like this and flips over here, so that's nice. It also comes with the clear cover, so I love that. So you can just slide this out and you have a pencil board. It has a pocket in the front. I've just put this little illustration cut out here. And then it's broken down into 3 different books. So you have what's called the life book, and then you have your like 2020 Jibun Techo planner. So most of the time people usually just have this piece. And then you have your idea book, which is essentially just grid paper. So it comes in various sizes. There's a B6 slim. This is the A5 size. I just like the larger size. So in the life book, you have a couple of different things, and it does have a how to use. Thankfully, you have English and the Japanese here, but you can see it has like life's dreams, your 100 wishes, your personal motto, anniversaries. There's a Japan travel map. I really like the My News section. The family tree is pretty cool. Emergency contact list, password hint list, financial management, medical record, and your favorite photos. And then I did take the time to kind of, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I took the time to kind of go through and Google Translate what all of these meant. So for life's dream, it goes everything from jobs and study to education to finance to health and hobbies. And then this column is meant for your goal, and these are the actions that you would take to get there. So it's kind of like a long-term goal planning page. 100 wishes, like what are your wishes, what's on your bucket list. Again, quotes, beliefs, ideals, things like that, who said it and what the quote is. Again, another sort of life plan, but you can do it for various kind of members of your family. So that's pretty interesting. Anniversaries is nice. I have like birthdays and holidays and work anniversaries, things that obviously are static and never going to change. And then this section I think is so cool. Here's your travel map of Japan. Actually, there's a world travel map and there's your Japan travel map. But I love the news section. So you can fill in the blanks for basically from the year you were born, or maybe you want to do it for one of your children or something like that, but I've done it for my life. So it starts with the year I was born and literally has your age 0, 1, 2, 3, and across the top is 2 columns for like your life news, a column for family news, and a column for world news. So obviously, I mean, right now I just have like when I was born, when my sister was born. Maybe when I have time I'll go and backlog some of this, especially with the world news and what was going on in my life. It'd be cool to like think about those memories when my daughter was born. But since I didn't really get this until this year, you can see I've started filling in some things that were notable for me in the world and in my family over the last year or 2, but I hope to take the time to go back and kind of backlog that. So after that section, it goes all the way up to 100, I think. And I only filled in to where I am now because I just didn't want to be presumptive. That's a little dark. And then you have a couple of really nice family tree grids that you can fill out. an emergency contact list, again, the password hint list, etc. There's even a spot in the back where you could put like your favorite photos. And that's a life book, so this is cool because it does slide out, and if you are, you know, transferring your planner every year, the life book comes with you because it is literally meant to kind of carry you through your life and keep yourself together. Then you have your yearly planner. So this is my 2020 planner. It does have a nice like how to use section. Again, you'd have to do a lot of translating, but it does kind of give you an index of what's inside. Here's another spread example of how you can use this. Then you get your 2020 layout. I've used these little dot stickers to kind of mark birthdays and color code it different ways. You also have 2019 and 2021, so it's like a 3-year look. A column view of each of the months of 2020 and the days. So here again, I have just like a quick glance of the year for like birthdays, and I can add in travel and stuff like that. There's an age chart here. You can do just your 2020 goals similar to the life book, but those are more long-term. And again, a money plan, a Japan map. And then this is just a weekly plan template. So you could actually photocopy this and kind of plan out how you want to maybe color code or sketch your days, or maybe you just want photocopies of it. You can do that. Again, there's a quote section. Recommendation list is really cool for like movies and books and things that people recommend to you. I've been tracking a book list of books that I've read and books that I want to read. There's a movie list here where you can keep track of movies that you saw, who you saw it with, and what your thoughts were on the movie. Gifts received and given. This gets so helpful during the holidays. And then a promise list. So I guess this is kind of like things that you promised you would do or give, and who, and kind of keeping track of that. Really interesting. And it's like 3 pages long. And then you have kind of like a monthly at a glance, and there's 2 months per page. So you could really use this as like a habit tracker or something like that. Would be really interesting. I don't utilize pages like that so much, but they're there if that is something that you like to do, a daily tracker of some kind. Then you jump into your month section, and this is where we'll get into a bit of the flip through, but I really like to keep track of my life, but also add a bit of artistic flair to it. It's a place for me to, I don't know, be creative with a space that's normally kind of mundane and boring. Like, yes, there's a lot of fun things, and for me it's cool to go back and remember what I did, like when I saw Hamilton or visited family and the things that we did, on top of just staying organized. So this starts in November. I have a little bit in November. Actually backlogged some of this because I think I got this for Christmas. And then you have January. I like to use a lot of stickers and washi tape, and another thing I've been doing is adding some stamping, which is kind of fun. I'll even cut things out of magazines, you'll see later, for some of the weekly spreads. And then you have March, and now we are just into April. So I've got a bit of a little spring theme going on here. Does come with 2 bookmarks, so I like to leave one in the monthly spread, and then the rest of my months are fairly blank for now since I haven't planned that far ahead. And once you get past the monthly section, you start in your weekly spread. So this starts in November, the last week of October into November 2019, and I didn't have this then, so I kind of did a little bit of backlogging, but I also just did a lot of using up some of my paper stash and collaging. These are some watercolors that my husband made, and I was testing them. Again, I wanted to try out some stamping and watercoloring with these metallic watercolors. These were all weeks that I didn't actually have this, so I did go back and note like when I was working ESL, and again, just I'm really trying to use up a lot of my paper stash this year. So sometimes I'll do some like watercolor and a doodle, sometimes some more paper stash, just to fill up the pages and practice illustration, or like I said, if you saw the giant box of just paper that I have of things that I love to use collage with, but I am hoarding it. So I've been trying to use it up this year and kind of not spend on new things, just focus on the things that I have. And it's kind of fun to just collage some things here and there and figure out how to use up some of the stuff that I've been hoarding over time. So by this time, right around Christmas, I had received this, so I definitely am recording more of like things that I did throughout the day. Again, using up a lot of die cuts and stickers and paper stash. So I was on vacation during most of December, and that's why a lot of this is not so much plans, but just me really thinking about the times that I spent with my family and the things that we did. So it makes for a good planner because you do have all of the hours from 12 a.m., you know, down to 11, and you have your to-do list on the side, and you can even record like the weather up here, your mood. There's more like weather indicators down here. But I just love that there's so much space for like me getting my meetings in and to-do list, but also space for me to just do a quick little one-liner journal, maybe something I'm grateful for or what happened that day. You know, that's really nice. So now this is moving into January. My best friend gifted me a ton of these cute sticker books, so you'll start seeing a lot of that, and again, just using up a lot of what I already have. I want to say this is the week that I got my mild liner brush pens. I am obsessed with these. I know a lot of people already use mild liners, but I love brush lettering, so I really love the brush pen ones, and they're dual tip as well, but I can tell that's when I got them because I start seeing them show up a lot in the lettering. So on this page, I did a lot of stamping. These owls are stamps by Ali Brown, and they're so freaking cute, and I stamped them and colored them in with the mild liners. So that was really fun. You can see that the ghosting really isn't that bad. I stamped these in, this is VersaFine in like smoky gray. There is a little bit of ghosting. I don't know if that's gonna show up. Yeah, you can see it a little bit on camera, but I really like it. I'm enjoying stamping. I did it here again, stamping and watercoloring. So the paper in this is not Tomoe River paper like a Jibun Techo, but it's very similar. Like it's smooth, it gets crinkly if you use watercolor on it. It can stand up to a lot. You'll see again maybe a little bit of ghosting here, but it's not stamping all the way through the page, which is great. And so I've been having a lot of fun with that. So you can see by now we're in February and I've gone back to work, and there's definitely a lot more for me to do, but I love filling in the space with, again, just like tons of stickers that I've been hoarding, and I don't want to buy more stickers because I've hoarded so many that I don't even use that much. Little die cuts and stickers. A lot of these are things I've collected over the years from like James Burke or Ali Brown. You'll see a lot of those kind of cut out and pasted in here. I love these florals. Another cool trick that my best friend recently taught me that I really love is taking some of the square box stickers that come in these, like in these types of sets, they always have these kind of square box type stickers, and it's a really cool effect if you kind of rip them up and just use like the ripped portions of it. That is such a genius tip, and now I do it all the time. It looks so cool. I even have little cutouts from like my Disney once a day or one a day calendar from last year. Really just like me stuffing everything I can in, but getting some nice creativity in the weekly spreads as well. This is a stamp that I love from the Girl Boss set by Holly Pixels, and I had just gotten it that week, so I wanted to stamp her out. Really using up as much of my stash as I can. And where I can. And even now you can see the days are getting lighter because we are all kind of stuck inside, but I love to make almost like little sticker collages and fill up the pages. it's just a little, you know, cheerful. And then when this is my week now, so you can see it's not very full yet, and you get a second bookmark, which is where I like to keep that. So yeah, these go all the way through the end of the year. And then in the back you have a looking back on 2020 section, which is pretty cool. There's a section for each month. And then there's actually all of the Japan route maps. Tokyo, yeah, it's so cool. So these are just kind of interesting to me, but they would be cool for journaling, or if you're actually traveling there, it's probably super helpful. And then there's a personal data page as well. And then the last part of the life book when you get the full kit is the idea book. I love these notebooks. I used to just buy the actual notebook because it is really nice paper. I make to-do lists in them, sometimes just little collaging, and one thing I started doing now is when I have time, I'll write down just like a line a day or a sentence a day about how I feel that day. But this paper, again, is fun for watercoloring. It's a light grid, so it stands up to a lot, and I love them as notebooks and as little sketchbooks and stuff. So and that's it. It's just the coolest. This does have a little pen loop and an extra pocket, and then you do have some various pockets up front and then a slide pocket here. So that is the full Jibun Techo flip through. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have heard of this, if you're using this. I have been a Hobonichi girl for a while, but this year I just wanted to try something different in addition to the stacks of other journals and planners that I have. If you're not using a Jibun Techo, tell me what you are using. I am always kind of into looking for new things. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!